One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious.
What if I told you that the person you trust most in your life might be systematically using you and you're completely blind to it? The signs are there, but they're so subtle that your conscious mind doesn't detect them, only your unconscious does. Carl Jung discovered something terrifying about human nature. The most skilled manipulators don't look like villains from movies. They look like caring friends, loving partners, and supportive family members. Today, you'll learn to see through their masks. Think about someone in your life who always seems to get what they want from you. Do you walk away from interactions with them feeling drained, confused, or somehow lesser? Your gut might be trying to tell you something your mind refuses to accept. Let me tell you about Rachel and her best friend Lisa. For 3 years, Rachel thought Lisa was the perfect friend, always there during Rachel's breakups, always listening to her problems, always offering advice. But Rachel couldn't understand why she felt so exhausted after every interaction with Lisa, and why their friendship felt increasingly one-sided. Jung understood that our unconscious mind detects manipulation long before our conscious mind does. That feeling of unease, that sense something is off, that inexplicable exhaustion after certain interactions, these aren't random. They're your psyche's early warning system. The most dangerous users don't announce themselves. They wear what Jung called the helpful persona. They position themselves as your biggest supporter while systematically extracting value from you. They've learned that the best way to use someone is to make them feel grateful for being used. First sign, you consistently feel drained after spending time with them. They dominate conversations with their problems, but when you share yours, they either change the subject or offer hollow advice. They feed off your emotional energy without reciprocating genuine support. Jung believed in what we'd call psychic energy, the mental and emotional resources we have each day. Healthy relationships are energetically balanced. You give some, you receive some, but users create an energy deficit. You always leave with less than you came with. Second sign, they only contact you when they need something. Their communication pattern reveals everything. Radio silence when life is good, sudden intense contact when they face problems. You're not a friend, you're their emotional emergency contact. Rachel's realization came when she noticed a pattern. Lisa called every time Rachel got good news, but it was never to celebrate. It was always to share some crisis that required immediate attention and support. Rachel's joy was consistently hijacked by Lisa's drama. Third sign, they use guilt as a control mechanism. Phrases like, "I thought you cared about me," "real friends would understand," or "I'm disappointed in you," appear whenever you set boundaries. They've weaponized your empathy against you. Jung identified projection as a key manipulation tool. Users project their own selfishness onto you. When you finally say no, they accuse you of being selfish, uncaring, or self-centered. This projection makes you question your own perception of reality. Fourth sign, they keep detailed mental records of what they've done for you, but forget what you've done for them. Every favor they provide comes with invisible strings attached. Your acts of kindness are forgotten. Theirs are leveraged for future manipulation. True users view relationships as transactions, not connections. Jung understood that healthy relationships are based on genuine care, not quid pro quo arrangements. When someone constantly reminds you of their past favors, they're revealing their transactional approach to human connection. Fifth sign, they consistently ignore or push against your boundaries. When you say no, they argue. When you express discomfort, they minimize it. When you need space, they demand access. Your boundaries are seen as obstacles to overcome, not limits to respect. Users constantly test your boundaries to find weak spots. Jung called this probing the psyche. They'll push slightly, see your reaction, then adjust their approach. It's not accidental, it's systematic boundary erosion, designed to maximize their access to you. Sixth sign, they alternate between excessive attention and cold withdrawal. This creates what Jung identified as psychological intermittent reinforcement, the most addictive pattern in human psychology. You become hooked on their approval because it's unpredictably distributed. This hot and cold treatment isn't random behavior. It's sophisticated psychological manipulation. Like a slot machine, the unpredictable reward schedule keeps you playing the game, always hoping for the next hit of their approval or attention. Seventh sign, they frequently compare you to others to make you feel inadequate. Sarah would understand. My other friends don't mind. Most people would be grateful. This creates artificial competition and makes you doubt your worth. Jung understood that manipulators use triangulation, bringing third parties into conflicts to avoid direct accountability. They'll reference how others supposedly view you or the situation, using imaginary or real people as weapons against your self-confidence. Eighth sign: their life is perpetually in crisis, and these crises always require your immediate intervention. They've learned that emergencies bypass your rational thinking and activate your helping instincts. But look closer. How many of these crises could have been prevented with basic planning? Users often cultivate learned helplessness to justify their constant need for rescue. Jung saw this as avoiding individuation, refusing to develop personal responsibility because it's easier to have others solve their problems. Ninth sign: they're intensely curious about your life, but reveal little about theirs. They collect information about your vulnerabilities, fears, and insecurities, then use this intel to manipulate you later. Knowledge about you becomes power over you. When users do share personal information, it's often strategically designed to make you feel special or to elicit specific responses. Jung called this calculated intimacy, the appearance of closeness without genuine emotional risk. 10th sign: no amount of support or help is ever enough. The goalposts constantly move. You think you've satisfied their needs, but new demands appear. This creates a perpetual state of inadequacy and keeps you striving to please them. This pattern keeps you psychologically trapped because you believe that if you just do enough, give enough, or care enough, you'll finally receive the appreciation and reciprocity you crave. But users don't operate on reciprocity, they operate on extraction. Rachel finally confronted Lisa about the one-sided nature of their friendship. Lisa's response revealed everything: immediate defensiveness, guilt-tripping, and threats to end the friendship. Lisa couldn't handle being held accountable because accountability threatens a user's entire operation. When Rachel set firm boundaries, Lisa disappeared. No attempts to repair the relationship, no genuine apologies, no effort to change the dynamic. Users don't fight for relationships. They find new sources when their current ones become too challenging to exploit. Jung understood that certain personality traits make you more susceptible to users: high empathy, people-pleasing tendencies, fear of abandonment, and low self-worth. Users have radar for these qualities because they signal someone who will prioritize others' needs over their own. Your greatest strength, your ability to care deeply, becomes your vulnerability in the hands of a skilled manipulator. They exploit your compassion by presenting themselves as perpetual victims who need your constant rescue. The first step to breaking free is recognizing that being used isn't your fault, but staying in exploitative relationships is your choice. Jung emphasized personal responsibility. You can't control others' behavior, but you can control your response to it. Start implementing the reciprocity test. For every favor you do, expect proportional reciprocity over time. Notice who consistently fails this test. Practice saying no without justification. Users hate unexplained no's because they can't argue with boundaries that aren't defended. After every interaction, ask yourself, do I feel energized or drained? Did this person show genuine interest in my life? Am I giving significantly more than I'm receiving? Your answers will reveal the true nature of your relationships. Jung taught that your unconscious mind processes information your conscious mind misses. That gut feeling that something is wrong, trust it. Your psyche is trying to protect you from psychological predators who have learned to bypass your rational defenses. Start small but be consistent. Say no to minor requests without elaborate explanations. Notice who respects your boundaries and who fights them. Users reveal themselves quickly when they can't manipulate you as easily as before. 6 months after ending the friendship with Lisa, Rachel felt lighter than she had in years. She had energy for relationships that actually nourished her. She realized that losing a user isn't losing a friend, it's gaining your life back. The hidden signs aren't really hidden, they're ignored. Your unconscious mind knows when you're being used. Your body feels it. Your energy reflects it. The question isn't whether the signs are there, it's whether you're brave enough to acknowledge them. You have a choice right now. Continue enabling users because confronting them feels uncomfortable, or start protecting your energy by setting boundaries. The users in your life are counting on you choosing comfort over truth. Which of these signs resonated most with you? Share in the comments. Your awareness might help someone else recognize they're being used. Sometimes naming the pattern is the first step to breaking free from it. Jung believed that psychological awareness is the foundation of personal freedom. When you learn to recognize manipulation, you stop being vulnerable to it. Your energy becomes yours again, and you can invest it in relationships that actually serve your growth.